We initially were funded as one of Governor Hovern's Centers of Excellence projects in North Dakota. The center was started in about 2006, and our first project revolved around determining the profitability of using variable rate fertilizer on high plains crops such as canola and wheat. That project lasted about 4 years and covered about 1,700 acres. And we just looked at fertilizer profitability of using variable rate. We found our producers, we used 4 different producers, and we used approximately quarter sections, and our producers saved anywhere from 5 to 16% on input costs, on fertilizer input cost with that research project. Our next project that we're working into right now is we are creating a variable rate liquid manure injection toolbar, and that will be a towed hose injection toolbar. And that our dreams for that one is that it will be completely variable rate capable. We won't be slowing or speeding up the tractor or at all. It will be totally variable rate, such as some of the synthetic fertilizer technologies are now. Okay. And also another focus that we're working on is some educational aspects for precision ag. Okay. Hopefully yet this spring we will be doing our first few trainings with dealership employees. We have found out that there is a want and a need for some basic computer classes, a basic precision ag course, basic electronics class, some of those types of things. And we're going to start out with our local dealership employees and then stretch it out to maybe some other statewide dealerships. We've heard from some of our statewide dealership managers and owners that there's a need for those things for implement dealer employees. And then once we have those refined and worked on a little bit, we want to open them up to producers, agronomists, anybody who would want to come. And we'd like to make those stackable credentials. And then hopefully in the next year or so we can work that into a 1-year certificate at Lake Region State College. And then once we have that down, we also want to move, our ultimate goal is to have a 2-year precision ag degree up at Lake Region State College. Well, here in North Dakota, with agriculture obviously being the #1 industry, the precision technologies are getting more advanced and more complicated, and they're obviously not going away. They're going to be more prevalent and more prevalent all the time. We are thinking that almost every, not quite every small town, but many areas in the state could almost have, we've been calling it an ag geek person instead of the regular geek squad. This is an ag geek. The local guy that the local producers can call and say, hey, this isn't working, that isn't working, please come out and help me. I'm sitting at the end of the field, I got a roll. Can you please come down here and help me right now? We think the job opportunities there are just immense in the state. I mean, agriculture is obviously here to stay, and the technology is here to stay and only going to get more in depth and more complicated. So all the producers that I've talked to in my area, they all said, yes, that would be wonderful to have that local guy that could come and do that fixing and do that helping of the producers. And with agriculture being so huge in the state, I mean, the job opportunities there for that local ag geek, as we're calling him, are probably endless. And that's just, those guys could be personally employed. They could maybe farm and do this on the side. Not to mention all the dealerships that are also looking for these types of guys. We're seeing agronomists and crop consulting firms are going to be looking for these guys more and more. Agronomy firms are getting into the precision services. We just see that if we could get a 2-year degree going, the graduates from that degree would have a host of opportunities when they walk out that door, whether it be dealership, personally employed, their own startup business, dealerships, whatever it may be. We think the job opportunities there are wonderful, not only in North Dakota, other ag states, but especially here in North Dakota.